Going on, everybody? This is Pro Wrestling Wire podcast, part of ProWrestlingWire.net, the AIWF network, and Helix Rock Radio. It's Rick Del Santo. Today, I am joined by Foxx Vinyer. What's going on?
What's up? Look at this
Thank,
professional lighting, brother.
thank you for joining me here today. I've been looking forward to it.
Yeah. It's a day for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So we're gonna get dive into some of your career. I know you got some good stuff coming up. I've gotten an opportunity to work with you semi recently, and I'm very familiar with your work. But why don't you talk about
Oh.
your beginnings and stuff?
Well, I'm old. I debuted in 2009 in July, so this is going on the 16th loop, Sweet 16. Uh, yeah, man, it's been a journey. I've been paid by every major company in the U.S. I've wrestled for every one of them except for the Fed. Well, I mean, I guess MLW's there now, so MLW, hi, bring me in. Yeah, just trying to have fun still, being a 15-year grizzled vet, brother. And yeah, living that wrestling dream, as they say.
How'd you get interested in joining the world of professional wrestling, and who trained you? I tried finding some of this information, but I could not find information on that.
I was trained by JP Black, the Black Cowboy, the Dark Pony, JP Black. He was trained by Tony DeVito, so House of DeVito, Grandpa. And then I trained alongside, not alongside, but they came and helped train and like beat us up and stuff, which would be the Now, Vic Delicious, Hale Collins, Cheech. I mean, not Cheech. Cloudy would come, Bobby Fish, and just Oman Tortuga, the Outcast Killers would come and just do some damage. And then that all got started. I've told the story a million times. People know it. Like my best friend in high school moved, and then I happened to see him 5 years later driving. So me and my other best friend followed him. I asked what he was up to. He said he's going to work at Gold's Gym. Bunch of wrestlers come in there. He knows one. He's gonna go try out, maybe train. And I said, hey, I was in a wrestling ring when I was 13 years old with Kenny Casanova and those guys that rolled a hurt back in the day. I'll go with you. And then that was it. The next week I started. And then trained for like 9 months, and then life got in the way. And then like 3 years later, a ring became available closer to home, and then jumped on that opportunity. And then 4 months after that, we made our debut as the tag team Capital Punishment. Not to be confused with the tag team that's out there now, Capital Punishment. Although, if you type in Capital Punishment Wrestling, you'll find us and them. However, we are both a black and white tag team, so don't get confused by it. But yeah, that was the begin. Mostly,
Uh,
mostly in like New York, New Jersey, Maine. We were NWA on Fire with Savoli's tag team champions back then.
Tommy Savoldi just passed away. What did seeing that you're bringing that up? Do you have any memories of working with Tommy?
Yeah, we did. We would always do on the NWA on Fire television show that they had. Um, they always had Tommy's Corner.
Mhm.
He would do an interview segment, and he'd come out and he'd be like, he'd ask you the questions, and then you answer. It's all on the fly. Like I don't know what he was gonna say to me. I'm just like, yeah, man. And then sometimes a fight would break out in the middle of his thing, but then you hear Tommy's voice. Ah, here we are, well, fucking. But yeah, R.I.P. to Tommy.
Yeah, I'm a huge Savoldi fan. A lot of my older episodes ended up on their streaming network, so this may end up there at some point.
Which I didn't even know they had until I actually ran into Mario for the first time in probably 10 years or longer at the Hall of Fame, the International Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame ceremony back in October, where I battled on the fly out of nowhere. I'm in the middle of eating, and they're like, hey, you're going to face the Godfather in a promo battle. And I got to wear a wolf hat, and I was the big bad wolf, and he was Chicken Little. I won. Enough said.
I
No,
heard I heard about this, and I believe that it was Buzz Bloodsaw that told me about this promo battle as well. Was he a part of that?
I don't know if he was there. I know he was there for the night before or earlier in the day, I should say, because then later on was the dinner. But he might have been there for the dinner. I don't know. I sat in the back and had to listen to everyone's
I like
drunk.
to sit in the back to avoid other humans. You know what I
I just
mean? That's
wanted the
just
dessert tray.
yeah. Yeah, there you go.
I just wanted that dessert tray.
So
Mm.
what's the scene like up in your area? I know the International Wrestling Hall of Fame is
Right.
in Albany, correct? And
Yeah,
that's around the area that you're from?
it's literally 10 minutes up the highway.
Oh
It's
wow.
in the MVP Arena, which used to
Right.
be the Times Union Center, which used to be the Pepsi Arena, which used to be the Knickerbocker Arena. And then yeah, that's where Flair won the 92 Rumble. That's where we have the beer truck. We have DX reforming, Edge cashing in, Edge retiring. Yeah, it's a lot of history in that building, and the International Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame is right there. Um, Sat them like a cool dudes, and ever since they opened, I've been a part of them. So good for them.
Yeah, I had a chance to meet Seth Turner in Philadelphia this past summer. Uh, and I believe you were there as well for the NWA 76th anniversary show. And you took part in one of the opening matches uh, the show, prior to the TV recordings, I believe.
Yep, yep, yep. Me and Tim Theory,
Yep.
we had a match, and I won.
Yep.
W for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an
And
awesome night. Um, I'm still waiting. Like they haven't come back around, and it's been a lot of here and there, but hopefully 2025 is where Foxx Vinyer 2020 thrives, brother.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean 2025, I'm hoping to do a lot of big things. Gonna start kicking some doors down. Been here a while, ready to go. Let's do things.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty familiar with your work. I've had the opportunity to see you. I think the first time I saw you was at Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling out of East Haven, Connecticut, under
I would
Paul
love to go
Roma.
back there, but everyone I
Yeah,
talk to is like, "Hey, talk to this guy. He books. He books. He books. He books. Who books? Me."
Paul Paul Roma is the booker, so that's the guy. And they've done a complete turnaround. They're doing they I actually joined them on commentary for the last live stream that they did, and it was a blast. I got to tell you. So it looks like they're trying to. I
Well,
wouldn't say change the direction of the company, but they're trying to just rebuild it after a lot of guys left.
I don't know when the last time I was there. I know it was around COVID time,
Yeah,
but it
I
was
think,
cool. We did a lot of like I had a good match with Ichiban. I think that was the last time I was there, to be honest with you. But I love it there. They're always good. They've always been good to me for years, and Mario's the bomb. So
yeah, very good friend. I actually have some stuff that I recorded of you there, so maybe I'll send it over to you afterwards. Yeah, from the school. So
is that where they mainly run still out of the school spot?
most of the time they run out of the school, but then they run during the summer. They run at the Armada Brewing in New Haven, Connecticut, which is, not too far from there. And then I think they're doing a couple, like they're returning to the Cadillac Ranch in January, and then
Ranch.
yeah, it's kind of like a country and western bar, so it's very unique.
I wanna go. I'll do it. I'll bring a cowboy hat.
Yeah, it's a nice place for wrestling shows. It's got a big dance floor where the ring goes. So yeah,
Where I dance. I dance all the time. I'm a dancer. Always
there you
have.
go, there you go, there you go. So what else you got going on? You're talking about improving 2025 and making shit happen. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I just want to I'm finding all these companies that are just kind of like starting out, or they're like they've had some times where it's been like they used to run and they're running again finally. And I just want to wrestle people, man. Like I've done stuff, I'm happy. I want to wrestle people. I want to wrestle people who want to wrestle. Nothing irks me more. So if anyone's watching and this is you, I can hate you. I hate people who are wrestlers who don't want to wrestle. No, I'm not saying you need a super kick and no sell, but I mean like people paid to see you. Give them a show. Pay, give them a show. They paid, give them a show. Oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, I can't do that. I'm hurt. If you're hurt, go home. You're taking up a spot for somebody else.
Yes.
And there's a lot of young cats out there that my 260-pound ass wants to wrestle. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know anybody name. Don't ask me. But I know a lot of people coming up are like out there and they need, hey, who could we have them? Who could we put them with? Who could we put them with? Me. I
Yeah.
want to see if I can hang with all these new cats that are super athletes coming from everywhere. And I want to do cool shit, you know?
Yeah. How did you come up with the I guess your gimmick, so to speak?
I don't even know what that means.
Well, how did you come up with your persona? Your how you look and all that stuff?
Well, this flashlight's really bright. That's why I'm wearing these sunglasses with this on my eyeball. Because as
Yeah.
you can see, there's an X on the right eye because most of the time I'm never in front of the right eyes. There's no right
Right.
eyes. That's why.
Okay.
My look is just me. This is what you get, man. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I like to paint my face.
I
Sometimes I
saw.
like sometimes I like to rap. Sometimes I want to do this and that, you know? They're all me under an umbrella of me. Like, I'm not gonna go out there and be like, I'm a fireman today because I'm looking for the hose, but it's just me. This is just me, the personality, um, the persona, the charisma, the passion, the drive, the etc. That's just me. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Wrestling's crazy because you never know what they want. They could be like, I don't want any of this jack off. He's a cartoon character, which I is the gimmick, I guess, a human cartoon character. Picture Daffy Duck when he's going nuts in the piano uh, duel in Roger Rabbit. That's the life.
There you go. There you go. You recently made your debut for Outcast Wrestling Revolution, which I also made my debut for the same on the same show. And I know that we talked briefly about that, I think yesterday, I believe, and through text message. What's your what's your opinion of that company and what do you expect of it?
One, the location is awesome on UConn's
It's a
campus.
beautiful building. Yeah.
Amazing. Two, the locker room's great.
Yeah.
So far, no drama. The promoters, the bookers, both of them are awesome people. They're very ears opened.
Hmm.
Have an idea when you want to help, when you want to make um like I said, they're kind of just starting out, kind of, right? So like me, that's like a fresh, clean slate. Like, oh, sick. Hey, what do you have idea for this person, this person, this person, this TV show, this, that, the other? Let me help because I have ideas. Let me help you. Like it's a cool environment to help grow. And that's like kind of the goal, really. Go there, have awesome matches, eventually be a champion because whoever is a champion, I'm coming after you because got to get that weight up. Bulk season. But yeah, like I wrestled Mr. James last show. That was epic. I loved it. I mean, they're a growing thing. You can't expect sellout crowds day one.
Hmm.
Sometimes it happens if you got like a money backer and stuff, but like seeds, man, you got to plant some seeds. And then it's like, hey, let's see what happens. So far, I like them. I'm not going to be at the next show, unfortunately, because I have to defend my TIW Tag Team Championship. However, next event I should be there.
And I believe
People.
you said March, correct? That was in
I
March?
think that's when it is, March something. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, I have the date somewhere on my phone. Um, I think there's a lot of promise there. There was a lot of great talent, and I think that's, they have a television spot locally, and it's
Hmm.
kind of cool. You know what I mean? And one of the things is that school will be in session because I think the last one was before school actually started, so there was not a lot of students there. But I think that with the school in session that I think that that could really help and bring more people to this event.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, I think just having people in the school like, hey, what the hell's going on in the gym later? Oh, there's wrestling. I like wrestling. Let's go check it out. And then just, because a lot of people who like wrestling haven't seen it, haven't been to an indie show where it's like intimate and stuff, you know what I mean? It's just like they've only used to the big productions. And UConn's it looks awesome. You know what I mean? Like to be a dope spot to make grow. And then especially when they get the TV going and the episodes and put together a structure, that'll be pretty good. I think
Yeah,
so.
I think that a lot of people, some people just aren't exposed to that kind of wrestling, independent wrestling, which I think that when I discovered it, I just kind of became obsessed with it. And that's I'm going back 1994. So when I discovered that, and well, that's not entirely true. A little bit before that, when with the Savoldi's that we were talking about, but I attended my first independent show in 1994, and then that kind of took over a lot of what I watched.
Like I didn't know about indie wrestling until like 97, 98 when my brother would hang out at a comic book store and it just happened to be owned by the dudes who ran Roll to Hurt. And then they would have shows. I remember he would bring home a tape, VHS, and it'd be like, yo, the headbangers are there. Wow, oh man. Then they have like the low key pyro or whatever that an indie show would have. And that's the only thing like I first saw, and I was like, all right, cool. And then I didn't really pay attention. Like my buddies were huge on Ring of Honor. And then I knew more about indie stuff when I when I started training. Like literally the first week I trained, my trainer said, next week you're coming on the road. So it was me and my tag partner, my trainer JP, and Bobby Fish on the road to um, some show out in Rochester, New York. The main event was like, I think Steve Corino was in the main event. I know, I forget where it was. Was that a hockey arena? Something like that. I don't know the main. I know he was there, and I know Corey Graves, Sterling, he was on the show. And yeah, so the first thing I remember is that I was like, oh,
It's
okay.
in New England Championship Wrestling, possibly,
No,
maybe.
it
No,
was out in
no.
Rochester.
Oh, okay. I remember seeing Sterling working for New England Championship Wrestling here in Connecticut. He Hamden, Connecticut. Used to see him at the Knights of Columbus there a lot.
Nah, this was Rochester area, like
Yeah,
Colin Delaney type of guys and
gotcha.
Brody Lee and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
All those
So
are coming up.
right, right. So you've been doing this 16 years. You've made appearances, like you said, for a lot of the majors, like Impact, right? I believe that I saw you on there. Or didn't you do?
AEW,
Yep.
Impact, NWA, Ring of Honor,
Yeah.
CW, whatever you can throw your stick at.
Sorry. So everything but the Fed, but like you said, but
I
and
was
MO.
paid. I was backstage.
Yeah, I mean
I
that's
got the
cool.
catering,
There you go. There you go.
but
Was the
so it's always a what's catch 22, maybe a catch 22. I don't even know
right?
if that's the right thing, but like so at Ring of Honor a lot, it was always um, hey, we need somebody for this. And I was like, hey, I'm right here. Oh no. Like, hey, I'm right here. And then like be like, ah nah, we need somebody who is kind of smaller, or we need somebody who looks like a ref, or and that's kind of always what happens at places. Like I've been at a spot and they're like, oh, we would love to use you. We can't wait to use you. You're awesome. We love everything about you. However, this guy fits the mold of what we need right now. And we don't want to waste your talent on something getting punched in the face for 2 minutes when we could use you as a star here. So that's always what happens. Like I'll show up, I'll be ready, but it's like, oh, you don't really look like a security guard, or I mean, it looks security guard, but you don't look like an EMT or something that they would put, you know what I mean? But I guess it's a good thing.
I mean, you have you look like you could be something on television as far as like a star, just from your appearance, your charisma, etc., etc.
It's happening. the it's a weird time. I can feel. I've been around. I've done a bunch of stuff. It's just finding what people want. Because like same thing you just asked, like, hey, well, how do you come up with your gimmick? What's your blah? I don't know. It's just me. Somebody
Right.
might be like, hey, well, we want like a pure wrestler, or we're looking for um Duke the Dumpster Drozy, or so, you know what I mean? So it's all about timing, and sometimes my timing has been great. Like when I was in the top prospect tournament in Ring of Honor, like that was awesome. Timing was great. And then other times it's like, hey, we need this, and then COVID happens. You know what I mean? So it's all about timing. And like as we develop, as I work out and get bigger and try to do this and that, like it's just if you lose the excitement of it, then you're gonna be a bum. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But
Yeah.
yes, you are correct, sir. I do belong on the television.
That, I mean, you just look like something that would be on television, someone that would with
We
the
in the business call
Europeans.
that the airport test.
Okay.
And
Gotcha.
it's when if someone walks through an airport and you look at them and you're like, that person must be something, you know?
Yeah.
Like I used to deliver produce and I've had people at like IHOP, hey man, you a fighter or something? What? Are you a fighter? You look like you do something. No, I wrestle. I knew it. I knew you did something. You look like you do something. I was like, yeah, sign this paper, get your waffles. Your waffles, lady.
So, what do you got coming up? I understand you have a lot of stuff coming up this weekend.
Yeah, this Saturday, June 4th, at the old Poughkeepsie Mid-Hudson Civic Center, where
Is
all
that
the
the
WWF has been doing stuff.
that's
We
the
have,
ACW, correct? That's debuting there? Is it?
yep,
Yep.
awesome championship wrestling
Yep.
debuting, I think I'm excited. I'm in the 20-man Rumble. Winner becomes the heavyweight champion. So the last two people in the ring have a match, and then the winner is champion. So hopefully, I leave this weekend with some gold.
I gotta tell you, this is who's the promoter? Is that the Now? Is that who's pushing it?
I know the Now is heavily involved. I think I don't know
Okay.
if they are the booker, the promoter, but I know they are the brainchild. They are the Now. They're
Yeah.
they're the reason that it's happening.
Well, I gotta tell you, they're pushing it a lot. I know I see Vic pushing it a lot on social media. I see a lot of people pushing it. It's getting a lot behind it, and I think, lack of a better term, it seems like it's going to be awesome.
Well, they just posted that they have to add more seats. So more seats are available. I don't know how much that place holds. I've trained down there
Yeah.
when it was a House of Hardcore. Tommy Dreamer used to have his school there, and I would go down there and I would train with Vic and Tommy and do stuff. Um, so like it's a big place. I've been there for conventions where we had a ring set up and we did some stuff with like Brian Myers and did some stuff way back in the
Yeah.
day.
ECW used to come there. I used to go there in the late 90s and up until the time they closed.
Yeah, I
Like that.
remember like a
Yeah.
lot of things that happened. I remember just training there, like we'd have the ring on the stage, break the ring down, throw it under the stage, and have to rebuild it for the next
Right.
day.
Right.
But yeah, it's the card is awesome. I'm stoked to be a part of it. Like when I got the call, like, hey, save the date, you know, here's an STD for you. I was like, wait a minute, what do you mean? But yeah, like I'm stoked for it. Like I feel like that is a place where the people who know of can finally see. Like, oh, I heard about this dude. And then now I get the opportunity to be in the ring with guys I've wrestled before and dudes I've never met before in the ring wise. I know there's 20 people in the Rumble. Like I said, some I know, some I don't. I guess my first challenge is Wrecking Ball. I know he's in it.
Good luck. Yeah.
Just so we all know, Wrecking Ball. I did defeat him with the Topanga Unchained Power Slam earlier this year. So I can pick him up and maybe press him over my head and throw him out. Probably won't happen, but we could gang up on him. Come on, guys, let's do it. But and then you got the other part of the card. You got Nick Nemeth and Riddle, Dreamer and Latimer. Like, and then there's more, but it's a stack card. Um, I may cover the ring with confetti. I don't know. Um, yeah, I will have some t-shirts available, some 8x10s. You can take a photo, say what up, paint your beard. I don't know. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good show. I think we might get 1,500 people.
I'm predicting a lot. I don't think I'm gonna be able to attend it, but I may. So I might come out of nowhere last minute. But
Like I said,
I feel,
I don't know how much they hold, but I think it's
yeah.
gonna just because of it's a historic thing. Like, yo, it's a first thing. It could now people could be like, no, I'm not going. I'll wait and see if it fails, blah blah blah. Now what
Why
happens?
see if it fails? I mean, why
Yeah,
you don't, there's too many negative people involved in professional wrestling that say stuff like that, or the fans, you know what I mean? I want everybody to succeed. There's like probably 10 companies in Connecticut. I don't want any of them to fail. I want all of them to succeed.
yeah. None of them are calling me to book. Hey, how about you? Use the same damn rosters.
Most
Shut
of
up,
them.
Connecticut.
Most of them. Yes. Yes.
Garbage. Garbage. Public enemy number one. New England's extraordinary gentleman. I don't know. But yeah, I'm stoked. ACW is going to be pretty sick. That's what I have this weekend. The following weekend in North Adams, Truly Independent Wrestling returns for the first time in 6 months. Um, I will be defending the tag team championship at Jimmy Limits as one half of the Echo Boomers. And yeah, so and then just gonna keep on keeping on.
Yeah.
See what
Yeah.
happens.
There you go. Where can everybody find you? Why don't you put out your socials and stuff?
You can find me all at Foxx Vinyer everywhere on the Twitter, on the Instagram. Somebody teach me how to get followers because I don't know what to do. It's impossible unless you got some schmooters. I'm like, I don't. You want to follow me on the Talk Tick before it gets banned? Foxx Vinyer. Uh, if you like music, you can listen to my shit. It's Zoo
Oh,
Green 6 at
that's what I wanted to ask you about. I'm sorry to cut you off. What's the name of this?
Zoo Green 6. That's
Okay.
Zoo as in ZOO, green is in the color, and then 6 is in the number.
Let's talk about the what do you what kind of what's the style of your music that you perform?
It is called hip hop punk. That's hip hop pop punk.
Okay.
And we do stuff, and by we, it's just me and a drummer. So everything you hear besides the drums is me. Yeah. So it's some old school, like, pop punk bullshit with some
Yeah.
rhyming. I like to rap, so I'm rapping on it. We have some heavy stuff that sounds like, some cool Limp Bizkit style, new metal, punk. There's some stuff where I have a piano intro that's kind of emo-ish. I'm a terrible singer, so hopefully you like rapping auto tune, because what up, Doe? But yeah, there's a you can listen to them on Spotify and wherever you can listen to music, actually. Like,
Yeah.
I put some of them in my videos just to like have it out there. But yeah, you can find me everywhere there. Or get your ass down to the Mid Hudson. What's it called? The MJN now? Something
Uh, I thought it was still the Mid Hudson Civic Center.
No, it's something different.
Oh, my
Don't
bad.
quote me. That's not part of my thing. I have ADHD. I don't pay attention to those things.
Gotta
Um,
look at the flyer. I'll post the flyer on my on the Instagram. So,
Here, put it in right here.
yep. There you go.
Fix it in post. Um,
Uh,
yeah.
what else? Yeah. Well, I want everybody to go check that out. I want everybody to go follow Foxx Vinyer on social media. And I want to thank you for coming on the show today. And I hope you can come back sometime in the near future.
Yeah, anytime. We'll come back after this show and we'll see what's up. And hopefully, I'll still be a tag team champion in a couple weeks. And
Yeah.
anybody who wants to fight me, see if you can pin me, see if you can make me snap out. I think I'm gonna start pinning people and count to six.
Why not?
You hear
Yeah.
it here first. When I pin you, it's gonna be one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Minus two. Six. Eight's too much. It's gonna be six. Because what's his face had five? Get him out of here. I'm beating you twice in one. Two in one. For sale. Buy one, get one. BOGO, BOGO. Speaking of the mic, got a backup right here.